In the equity markets today, the Nasdaq was up almost 1.5% as it went up towards the highs. It was briefly down about 0.5% when the June contract got down to the lows of 88.7725. But then rallied up to a high of 90.5650, which took it to up 1.48%. It then came off from there and finished the day really only up about 31 basis points. But it's now been up three consecutive days. And those 3 consecutive days amount to a 4.6% gain. But it had lost about 6.4% in the prior two negative days when it got down to the low of 3 days ago. So it still hasn't made up all of that from these last 2 days of rallying. It's really overall in a sideways pattern. As I mentioned, it was up about 31 basis points on the day, and it was the lone positive in the U.S. equity markets today. The Russell was lower, the Dow was lower, and the S&P were all lower going into the close. The Dow was pretty much no better than the flat line for most of the day. S&P had some gains but gave them back, and as I mentioned, the Nasdaq gave its gains back too. So the lone positive for the U.S. equity markets today was the Nasdaq. And lastly, job losses, which came out pretty high today, over 21 million in the ADP number. Those are private payrolls. Now we've got non-farm payrolls coming up on Friday, but the Nasdaq itself may not be that adversely affected by these jobs numbers because technology, which by the way was the only sector up today besides consumer discretionary, technology has a lot of work from home aspects to it. So it's not as affected by things like unemployment and jobless claims as it would be by CapEx and some of the business struggles that you might see going forward.